Welcome, everybody, to the Scale Up Show. This is your host, Ryan Staley, and I have a very, very special guest with me on today. I have Brian Robertson. Brian is the CEO and founder of VisiQuate. He's actually been a three-time founder, one with a consulting company and then two SaaS companies he founded. And then for nearly 3 decades, Brian's been leading the use of advanced analytics to disrupt economics and enhancing quality of healthcare. Brian, happy to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Ryan. I really appreciate it. It's been great to get to know you. Everybody on the team, is an expert at what they do, and it takes a lot to actually have a BI implementation or an analytics implementation that meets the needs of the users, from the CFO to the line staff to um, billers, collectors, case managers. It takes a lot of knowledge about what they need, so you have all that domain knowledge around what the users need, and where what they need is always has to be focused on value. And then it takes a lot to build all that stuff, right? So
Yeah.
um, so we offer it as a full blown service where you're, as a SaaS company, right? You're licensing our technology stack, but we're actually doing your data curation for you every day. So it's like I say, you show up with a cup of coffee and a good attitude, and let the indicators tell you where to go, right? I can tell you 100 things about what we do, but organizations live and die by investing in things that create accretive value. And so data should be about competing, winning, moving the needle on analytics. And so while we sell a platform and we sell data as a service, where it's all how all those things come together to help the client. Like, data's the new oil, right? What are you doing every day to create the business health of your organization? Because our clients are great at creating clinical excellence. We're on the other side of the house, creating operating and business excellence is really our passion, using data and methods, um, you know, really teaching the clients how to fish too, right? So we're focused on data in the hands of clients, so they feel empowered. They don't have to outsource, and they don't have to do uh, as much outside consulting. And really, where you find talent, I tell people all the time, they say, why do you go to Ukraine? It's like, because there's very talented people there. If you want developers that are gifted in math and applied mathematics, and you know, many of them are also musicians, so they bring that great left brain, right brain balance to the equation. Um, Not to mention the whole world right now is seeing what I've always called the magic of Ukraine, or the magic of Ukrainians, right? They have just amazing spirit and passion and strength and pride in what they do, everything they do. We do live in a data economy, right? I think people hear that. But what I liked about the data as in oil is that it reminds me of all the stages we go through. Like, in the energy industry, like if you take something like raw crude, look at the process that has to go through, whether
Hmm.
it's jet fuel or 87 or 91 octane, or something that powers your weed whacker. The
Hmm.
refining process, there's so many parallels to the data world. We take all this complex data that's so raw, and it has to go through so many layers of refinement to be truly actionable, to be meaningful, not just a pretty dashboard, but something that's got leading indicators that tell you where the business is and what you need to do to be more effective. So yeah, I mean, we do live in a world of buzzwords and corporate, BS bingo, but I don't know, that one I'm hanging on to.
No, yeah, I think you run with that, man.
Sometimes people say, "Oh, your staff shouldn't be your friends, or your clients should be your friends." I'm like, okay, I can't even comprehend that, right? Our goal is to get on their Christmas card list, right? And so I'm, you know, go around the table of our staff, and we're on a lot of Christmas card lists because it's trust, and trusts turn into friendships. And it's, to me, it's, especially if you're doing complex enterprise selling.
Oh yeah.
You know, there are different business models where that that would create the client acquisition cost threshold would be too high. But when you're doing complex enterprise sales and you're in for the long haul, you're not doing situational gimmicks or investing, or you're creating true value for people that are going to be around for a while and always need your help. Once you've solved problems with really good analytics, not crappy dashboards, which the world is strangling on a bunch of crappy stuff out there, but when you have the right balanced diet of leading indicators that are truly correlate to value, and the client has solved a $1 million problem, a $5 million problem, a $10 million problem, it just success breeds success kind of dynamic. So that momentum, it's back to the earlier thread. I think what they do to get to the next level is invest in that early bolus, become a value machine for that portion of your portfolio, and that will be the gift that keeps giving.
Well, as we talked before, I could talk with you for another hour on this stuff, but I know we both have our day jobs we got to get back to. So where can people find you? Where can they learn more about what you're doing, what the company is doing, and then we'll call it a wrap.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. Yeah, so I suppose I'm on LinkedIn. There's 100,000 Brian Robertsons, but I'm the Brian Robertson that's affiliated with VisiQuate. So VisiQuate.com, and again, pretty soon we'll have a podcast that we're coming out with called Peak Business Health. Love to have you on. And recently I've been doing more in social. It doesn't come natural to me, but with the events in Ukraine, I felt compelled and obligated to tell some stories, and I might be getting pulled into it because the response has been amazing. But I'd also say the VisiQuate.com website for anybody that, there is a donations page if you feel so inclined. But yeah.
Well, excellent, Matt. Is there a link that your team could give me, and we could put it in the show notes, so that if anybody listening wants to donate, they could just click on the link and do that?
Yeah, it's VisiQuate.com/Ukraine. And it's also on our main page. So if you go to VisiQuate.com, it's going to live on the main page for a while.
Okay.
If you do /Ukraine, you can also find it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, it was a pleasure having you on. This was awesome. And yeah, definitely check out VisiQuate Ukraine. Make a donation if you feel inclined, and give back. But it was awesome having you on the show, Brian. Really, really appreciate you. Appreciate what you're doing and your viewpoints and your sound bites, by the way. So thanks for being on, man. And I look forward to being on your show.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ryan. I can't wait to have you, and really appreciate you reaching out. It's been great to get to know you.
Yeah, you too, man. All right, we'll call it a wrap.
All right, cheers.